your phone buzzes, you look down, it's your brother, and before you even pick up, you already know what he's going to ask, because it's always the same conversation. It starts with small talk. How are the kids? How's work? And then the pause, that pause, the one that comes right before the sentence you've been dreading. Listen, I'm in a bit of a tight spot. I wouldn't ask if I didn't have to, but could you lend me just until next month? And there it is, again, for the fourth time this year, from the fourth different family member, and you already know two things. You're going to say yes, and they're never going to pay it back. You're not weak. You're not a pushover. You can say no to your boss. You can say no to strangers. You can say no to salespeople, telemarketers, and door-to-door solicitors without blinking. But family breaks every boundary you have. And there are three reasons why. Reason one, identity. You're the responsible one. You've always been the responsible one, the one who figured it out, the one who got the stable job, the one who saved. And somewhere along the way, responsible stopped being who you are and became what you owe. Your family doesn't see you as a person with limits. They see you as a safety net, and you let them, because being needed feels like being loved. Reason two, guilt. You made it. They didn't. And every time you say no, a voice in your head says, how can you sit there with money in your account while your brother is struggling? It doesn't matter that he's struggling because of his own choices. The guilt doesn't care about logic. It just knows that you have and he doesn't, and that feels like your fault. Reason three, fear. Fear that if you say no, they'll stop loving you. Fear that you'll be the one they talk about at Thanksgiving. He changed. Money changed him. He doesn't care about family anymore, and that fear, the fear of being cast out, is stronger than any financial plan. So you pay, and you pay, and you pay, until there's nothing left for you. Let me ask you something. How much have you given to family members in the last 5 years? Not gifts on birthdays, not Christmas presents, the loans, the bailouts, the just this once that happened 12 times. Add it up. I'll wait. Most people I talk to, the number is somewhere between $15,000 and $40,000. Money they'll never see again. Money that was supposed to be their retirement, their emergency fund, their medical shield. You'd never walk into a casino and put $20,000 on black. You'd never hand a stranger on the street $15,000. But your cousin calls, and suddenly you're an ATM with a heartbeat. Every dollar you give to someone who won't pay it back is a dollar stolen from 65-year-old you. And 65-year-old you can't call your brother for help because your brother is still broke. He's just broke with your money. All right, here's what you came for, the actual words. Because knowing you should say no is useless if you don't know how. Script 1, the honest no. I love you, and I need to be honest with you. I can't lend money right now without putting my own future at risk. I'm not saying this to hurt you. I'm saying it because I need to take care of myself so I never become a burden on anyone else. Notice what you're not saying. You're not saying you're bad with money. You're not saying you should have planned better. You're making it about you, your limits, your future. That's not selfish, that's honest. Script 2, the redirect. I can't help with money, but I can help you figure this out. Can we sit down this weekend and look at your budget together? I'll give you my time instead of my savings. This works because most family members don't actually want your money. They want someone to care. Give them care without giving them cash. Script 3, the broken record. This one's for the family member who won't take no for an answer. They push, they guilt, they bring up everything you owe them emotionally. Here's what you do. You repeat the same line every time. I understand this is hard, but I can't help financially right now. They push again, same line, again, same line. You don't explain, you don't defend, you don't negotiate, you just repeat. Eventually they stop because there's nothing to argue with. And script 4, the hardest one, for the family member who threatens the relationship, who says, I guess I know where I stand, who weaponizes guilt. Here's your line. I'm not choosing money over you. I'm choosing not to destroy myself to prove I love you. If our relationship depends on me giving money I don't have, then we have a bigger problem than money. I know why you're watching this video. It's not because you don't know how to say no. It's because you need someone to tell you it's okay to say no. So here it is. It's okay. You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to protect your future. You're allowed to love someone and still say, I can't. Those two things can exist in the same sentence, in the same breath, in the same heart. You are not a bank. You are not a safety net. You are not a bad person for having limits. You're a person who finally decided that being the responsible one includes being responsible for yourself. The next time that phone buzzes and you see the name and you feel that knot in your stomach, remember this: saying no to them is saying yes to you, and you've been saying yes to everyone else long enough.